Miscellaneous minds, never explaining the minds. Devilish grin for my alias, aliens who respond. Peddling sin, thinking maybe when you get old you realize I'm not gonna fold or demise. I don't smoke crack, motherfucker, I sell it.
What is going on, everybody? This is the Miscellaneous Minds podcast. I'm your co-host, Pumargato, the cat that gives you your raid back. And to my left over here is the main man, sitting there, the man that makes the fat stacks. Together we form the dynamic duo that won't die. Denly ideas, bringing the spicier content than your girls' only fans.
What is going on, everybody? Before we get into tonight's topic, please make sure to like, comment, hate, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit. And with that, let's get right into it. So, we made a video not that long ago about this exact subject. And wouldn't you know, shortly after we made a video, here comes all the BS that came out. So, Diddy and his mansions, one in California, one in Florida, have been raided. They've been raided by the FBI. Although Diddy himself wasn't arrested, there's a lot of speculation as to what's going on. The particular branch of the government that is that served the warrants that was there, they picked up a number of different materials from the home, specifically a lot of, I understand, electronics, a lot of technology that could hold videos that, through the civil lawsuits that have gone against Diddy that we have previously discussed, go back and watch those videos, could potentially hold videos of the crimes that these people that sued him civilly were alleging. Now, at the time when his houses were raided, Diddy was not at either one of those homes. In fact, I understand he was at an airport. He was seen shortly after, pacing back and forth, looking a little worried, which, let's be honest, who wouldn't be? But he's still not under custody. Neither are none of his family members. Some of his family members were at the residence when his house was raided. I believe one of his sons was there. His son has also been accused of wrongdoing, but we'll get into that in a different video. With that being said, listen, I'll be honest with you. We said it in the very first video that we put up. Let me go back. The very first video that we put up, we said, listen, hold. We don't know, and I still believe this part. Every man is innocent until proven guilty. The first video that we did, we kind of went over what was going on and what people were alleging, and I told everyone, look, don't rush to conclusions. The last video that we did, the one we did a little bit over a week ago and some change, I said, look, listen, man, it doesn't look good. At this point, I'm personally persuaded the man probably did something. What he did, I don't know, but he did something. And at this point, listen, man, I would be very, very, very surprised if the government raided your homes, and didn't have something. Didn't have some sort of evidence, or at least something that would have a judge grant warrants to raid your home. So I'll be honest with you, it's not looking good for Diddy. If I'm being honest, it wasn't looking good for him, before all this went down, just because of the number of things that a lot of people are accusing him. Here, I said in the very first video, if one person accuses you of wrongdoing, listen, it's a he said, she said type of scenario. When two people, I'll admit, it doesn't look great, but hey, who knows? Maybe, those two people are out to get you, or they want something in particular. In Diddy's case, he has a lot of money, so maybe money. When this many people are accusing you of wrongdoing, not gonna lie, it's not looking good for you, my man. You probably did some shit. Listen, I'll be honest with you. The number of different things that Diddy has been accused of, along with a lot of the videos that have come out about his suspect behavior, if you look at a lot of those videos, putting them in context now with everything that we've known, it doesn't look good. I'll be honest with you. The man did something. What he did, I couldn't fully tell you, but all the things that he's being accused of, or the stories that people are telling where he made certain people do certain things, he made certain straight men do not straight things, he forced certain women to partake in activities that they didn't want to partake in, he made other women who were willing basically SA some of his workers, so on and so forth. It's not looking good. At the very least, he's more than likely guilty of some of it. Now, just to make sure we protect our asses, because there's a lot of litigation going on here, allegedly, all of these things he's being accused of are alleged. He has not been proven guilty in a court of law, so as of right now, it's all allegedly. What do you think about that, my man?
I've said from the onset, again, the moves that he's been making at the very least don't paint him in a very good light. Is that proof of anything? No, absolutely not. Legally speaking, I can't say that he did or didn't do anything. What I am saying, however, is that oftentimes whenever somebody is accused of something, or when somebody has allegedly did some wrongdoing, how they react to that news from the onset of it coming to light or it coming to make the rounds or whatever, how they move around that revelation, and I put that in quotations because again, it's not proven yet. How they move about once that comes to light. It's very telling how they move it's telling how they move that, okay, it's for sure not looking good or not looking bad for his case. In the case of this, again, we've seen numerous people coming forward with allegations, and again, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Not one person has come to their defense that isn't legally obligated to do so. Obviously, his lawyers are going to say something to his defense because, again, he hired them to do that. And to be honest, they're his lawyers. I kind of expect them to anyway. They're doing their job, so I can understand that much. But even then, from the flimsy defense that they've given from his producers' allegations and saying, okay, that was just his way of being friendly. Allegedly, that's what they said. That's already kind of a flimsy defense as it is. And the fact that not only has Diddy been radio silent as to where he's been, and the fact that his lawyers, again, are nowhere to be seen as far as I can tell about any comments that they have regarding such an egregious case like this. And again,
they made comments. His attorney said that they're outright denying all of it. They said nope.
Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, that's on me. So again, the only thing that I have is, again, the numerous allegations that people have said. Nobody that isn't legally obligated to do so, which is i.e. his lawyers. Nobody's coming to his defense. And again, the way that he's moving, at the very least, it looks incredibly sus. Again, I can't prove anything, but the fact that he's nowhere to be found and he has 2 homes in which they raided and he still isn't home. And the only thing I can speculate, and I have to assert that I speculate, is that, again, a lot of people are saying that he might be hiding out in the Caribbean. Now, again, that's based on his airplane, or was it the Airplay, whatever it is? Air Love plane has been, quote unquote, been seen in the Caribbean, but again, man hasn't posted anything, so again, we can't say for sure. But what I can say is, at the very least, it looks incredibly bad that all this is going on and the man's been dead radio silent. It doesn't look good.
Listen, the last anyone saw of him, he was in, I believe he was in Miami at one of the airports there. And again, there was a video of him pacing back and forth. So I don't think he's in the Caribbean. His plane was definitely spotted in the Caribbean, which at the very, very, very beginning, I believe, when his houses got raided, I'm not sure who it was, but I remember seeing, I think it was on Complex, I remember seeing that his airplane was spotted in the Caribbean. But then shortly then after that, I had seen a video of him pacing back and forth at a Miami airport. So look, who knows? I don't know who knows where this man is. Again, he's not been arrested. As far as we all know, there ain't no, warrant out for his arrest. There was just a warrant to be able to raid his house, all that good stuff. Listen, regardless of how you feel about it, I'll be honest with you, it doesn't look good. What I think looks even worse is that, I'll be honest with you, people like Floyd Mayweather, people like Jay-Z, a couple other individuals have come out, admittedly, before, the raids, and they're saying, oh, we're going to stand by our friend, blah, blah, blah. And I'm honest with you, not a good look, my man. Not a good look. With the track record of some of the things that Jay-Z and Mayweather in particular, because he's actually been found guilty and had to go to prison for a certain amount of time. I don't know if I'd stand so close to a man that's being accused of all the heinous things that he's being accused of. I was watching, I frequently watch the news. I frequently watch a lot of things in relation to hip hop. And one of the things, there was an individual, and I apologize if I mispronounce his name, Toure, Toure. This individual was an individual. He was actually on the expose, the docuseries in relation to the R. Kelly accusations. I actually really dug the part that he was in because I felt like he really explained thoroughly what was going on. He actually did an interview with R. Kelly, in which he asked him directly, hey, are you into, do you date teenage women? And then R. Kelly responded with that famous, when you say teenage, which, crazy. But anyways, it was that guy. So he actually discussed a story, I believe it was MSNBC, don't quote me on that, where he was talking about how one of his family members back in the day was interning for Diddy, in about, I believe it was maybe like a month in, or maybe like 2 months, something like that, some very short period of time. He found out that the internship abruptly abruptly stopped. And when he called his family member to ask him, hey, what happened? Why did the internship stop so abruptly? His family member told him, Diddy basically said, hey, come spend the night or the internship stops, meaning come over to my house, spend the night. That individual's family member was not cool with it and said, I'm done. And that's when then. So I'll be honest with you, that kind of stuff. Listen, I think there's a lot of things that prove that the hip hop community is very sus when it comes to this particular thing, where they protect a lot of these individuals that are very loved. The R. Kelly thing obviously comes to mind. Diddy now. And you know what? Someone made a fair point. I think it was DJ Vlad that was on Piers Morgan show, made a fair point. Or maybe it wasn't Piers. He was on. It was another guest on that same show with DJ Vlad. But I said, look, if you want to go after Diddy for doing all these things, that's fine. But how are you going to completely ignore the fact that people like Elvis Presley? How are you going to completely ignore the people like Elvis Presley did all this sick shit? Married a 16-year-old. When I think he was like 34 or 35 or some shit. I don't remember how old he was. And then just, completely, which, fair point. Completely agree with that. So listen, Diddy has much more money than does an R. Kelly. So he will be able to hire the best attorneys and be able to fight all the things that are going against him with much more strength than would an R. Kelly. But listen, I'll be honest with you, man. When the community of your peers starts lighting the torches and gathering the pitchforks, it's not a good look, my man. I don't care if you have $1 billion, $3 billion, $4 billion. Look, dude, at a certain point, resources start getting tight, and the longer you have to fight this, and the more lawsuits that come out, and the more you have to settle, it's not a good look. Not a good look. So listen, at the end of the day, we all gotta, hold on. We all gotta wait and see what happens. Again, my personal opinion, the motherfucker did something. We believe he did something. What he did, we don't know. But he did something. And it's not a good look one way or the other. Listen, if you are an individual that is into promiscuity, which clearly he is, ain't nothing wrong with that. Just don't force anybody to do something they don't want to do. Make sure everyone is of age. Everyone is an adult. Make sure that everybody is okay with whatever you're asking them to do. And if you get that slightest hint that they're not, don't do it. Because that seems to be the problem here. Since the accusations came out, I don't think anybody is other than 50 making fun of P. Diddy for being, potentially bisexual. I don't think anybody's making fun of him for that. It's the fact that he did a lot of, shady shit and made people do things that they don't want to do. Regardless, that's another topic for a different day. Listen, my man, you could have avoided all of this if you would just not do illegal shit. The man, I'm sure P. Diddy could have smashed any number of beautiful women, any number of men that he would consider beautiful. I'm sure he could have done a lot of that stuff. It's the trying to force people into stuff that they don't want to do where you fucked up, Diddy. My conclusion is Diddy probably did it. What do you think, my man? You think he did it?
Legally, I'm not allowed to say so, but look, it's definitely not looking good for his case. It's again, he had to do something at this point. The FBI wouldn't have raided. Wait, was it the FBI or was it another government entity?
No, it was realistically it was a Homeland Security, but a certain portion of the Homeland Security.
The point is they wouldn't have raided a home if they didn't think he did something.
Yeah, man.
It's definitely a smoking gun in this situation.
They definitely have something. What they have, who knows, but they definitely have something. But listen, we all gotta wait, just like everybody else, see what happens. I highly doubt nothing will come of this, but hey, listen. Weirder things have happened. The man is clearly a man of great resources, and I'm sure he has a lot of connections. So let's all stay tuned and see what happens. I think things are about to get wild, and a lot more ugly stuff is about to come out. But with that, make sure to like, comment, hate, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit, and
Until next time, get rest and stay blessed. We'll see you on the next one.